Good evening, family, friends, and graduates. I'm Sherilyn Bennett, and I've had the honor of serving as the board president of the Nursing Alumni Society for the last 2 years. I'm a proud graduate of the 1985 Ball State University class. I'm honored to welcome you to the spring 2025 Ball State Nursing Pinning Ceremony. Ball State's pinning is a candlelight ceremony. As the graduates walk in, each is holding a candle, which represents one of the most well-known nurses, Florence Nightingale. This symbolizes the passing of the flame from Nightingale to each nurse. The pinning ceremony is a meaningful nursing school tradition that signifies the official initiation into our community of nursing professionals. So welcome. The goal of the Nursing Alumni Society is to stimulate the interest of all graduates so the society may be able to further the educational, professional, and social interests individually and collectively between our alumni. On behalf of the Nursing Alumni Society, I'm honored to recognize these new nursing graduates tonight in such a respected and time-honored tradition, the pinning ceremony. Before we recognize the graduates, I have the honor of introducing our distinguished guests on stage. Please hold your applause until all are introduced. To our guests, when your name is called, if you would please stand and remain standing until all are recognized. Dr. Carrie Osborne, Director of the Ball State University School of Nursing. Susan Benner, Senior Director of the Baccalaureate Program. Ryan Vaughn, Director of Development, College of Health, Ball State University Foundation. Nick Atlas, Director of Student Services, College of Health. The class advisors for the graduating class are Jessica Duncan, Assistant Clinical Lecturer for the School of Nursing, Susan Sell, Instructor of Nursing for the School of Nursing. Our guest speaker tonight, which was chosen by the class, is Anna Baker, Assistant Clinical Lecturer, School of Nursing. And our representative from the Board of Nursing, the Nursing Alumni Society Board, is Grace Kreider with her Bachelor of Science in 2023. Please join me in extending a warm welcome to our guests. One quick housekeeping note, just please make sure that your mobile phones are silenced during the ceremony. We're going to begin the ceremony with a welcome by Grace Bagwell. She's the Vice President of the May 2025 Baccalaureate Nursing class. Grace?
Hi, everyone. My name is Grace Bagwell, and I'm honored to serve as the Vice President of the Spring 2025 nursing class. On behalf of my fellow graduates, I want to welcome and thank you all for being here to celebrate this important milestone with us. This accomplishment would not have been possible without your love and support. Each of us has our own story that has brought us to this point today. For me, I never imagined I'd be standing here because I was absolutely terrified of needles. This fear almost made me change my major, but God placed a passion in my heart that I couldn't ignore, and now I'll be starting in the ER, and I actually enjoy starting IVs. That journey from fear to confidence is something that we have all experienced in one way or another. We all remember the nerves we felt as we walked into our first patient's room to perform a head-to-toe assessment. Now, this is a skill that we all complete with confidence. As we step into our careers as new graduate nurses, that fear may creep back in, but I can assure you that confidence will soon rise. I pray that we continue to rely on the strength, resilience, and compassion that we've developed here at Ball State. I pray that we always remember why we chose this path, to make a difference in the lives of others. Thank you again to our friends, family, and faculty for standing beside us every step of the way. Today marks not only the end of a journey, but the beginning of a calling. And with that, I would like to welcome you to the Spring 2025 pinning ceremony. Thank you.
Thank you, Grace. Those fears you'll still have for many, many years. Our guest speaker for tonight, chosen by the class, is Anna Baker, who is the Assistant Clinical Lecturer, School of Nursing. Anna?
Hello. Good evening, faculty, proud families and friends, and most importantly, the incredibly sharp graduating class of 2025. Look at you all. You've made it. Thank you for asking me to speak tonight. I had the pleasure of being your didactic instructor twice, and the pleasure of getting to know many of you up here through thoughtful conversations about job interviews and the reality we face as nurses. But in preparation for tonight, I bought myself a new dress, some new jewels, and of course, had to come up with what I wanted to say to you tonight. But soon, you too will be buying yourself something new. And that will most likely be new scrubs, new shoes for being on your feet for what feels like days at a time, and maybe a new stethoscope. Or maybe, just maybe, you might keep your slightly bent but not broken trusted friend from nursing school. I will circle back to this sentiment shortly. As you are all very aware, you've survived countless hours of studying, the existential dread of med-surg exams, and the questionable increase of the $5 footlong at Subway that was scarfed down during clinicals at IU Health. All of this to say, you have overcome a lot and deserve a moment to reflect on your journey here. We always encourage reflection of our nursing students, but this time we are reflecting on the power you hold, the power of knowledge, grit, wisdom, and great trust. This is not to be taken lightly. Nurses are one of the most trusted professions in the world. Don't ever take that for granted. Now, as a very, very worn veteran of the nursing trenches, or just maybe a slightly used one, I'm here to offer a few words of wisdom, seasoned with a sprinkle of humor, because let's face it, if you can't laugh in this profession, you'll likely question your life choices after your first round of actual CPR for 2 minutes. That was a good one, 2 minutes, CPR. You're up here today on stage armed with a newly minted Bachelor of Science in Nursing, which is a fancy way of saying you're now officially qualified to handle bodily fluids most people actively avoid. Decipher doctors' handwriting that rivals ancient hieroglyphics, and then advocate for patients who are often at their most vulnerable. But it's like your slightly bent but not broken stethoscope. It's also seasoned, and with a little love and some care, it will have your back for years to come. But let's be real, your textbooks, as hefty and intimidating as they were, only scratched the surface. They taught you about the pathophysiology of heart failure, but they didn't quite prepare you for the sheer determination of a patient who insists on having that extra salt packet despite your best efforts, or the begging and pleading for a full glass of water when they aren't allowed anymore. They explained the principles of sterile technique, but they didn't fully capture the adrenaline-fueled ballet you'll perform while trying to maneuver around 20 family members in a room. You've learned about therapeutic communication, and that's crucial, but life will throw you curveballs. You'll have the patient who only wants to talk about the prize-winning petunia as you slowly begin backing out of the room, knowing you have 10 things you need to be doing right now. Or the family member who is convinced they know more than the entire medical team. Bless their Google-informed hearts. And the moment when you'll have to deliver the heartbreaking news with a grace and compassion that you didn't know you possessed. Humor, my friends, will be your secret weapon. It's the unexpected chuckle that can diffuse a tense situation. It's the shared eye roll with a colleague after a particularly memorable patient encounter. It's the ability to laugh at yourself when you accidentally wear mismatched compression socks. It happens to the best of us. Embrace the absurdity. Find the light in the sometimes dark corners of healthcare. Remember your slightly bent but not broken stethoscope, and keep coming back for more. All of these things won't diminish the seriousness of your work. It will make it sustainable. But amidst the laughter, remember the profound impact you will have. You will be there during moments of immense joy, holding the hand of a new parent, marveling at their tiny miracle. You will offer comfort in times of profound grief, being a beacon of support in their darkest hours. You will witness the resilience of the human spirit, the quiet courage of patience fighting unseen battles. You yourself will begin to think you are slightly bent, but not broken. It is in these moments that our why begins to take shape, our why we became a nurse, our innermost dialogue about why it is we want to be in this profession. There will be days that test you, days when you feel overwhelmed, exhausted, and maybe even question your career choice. You might have a patient who challenges your skills, a shift that feels like a marathon run uphill, or a moment when you just don't have any more to give. In those moments, remember why you chose this path. Remember the desire to care, to heal, to make a difference. Remember that in our alone moments, when no one is watching, you chose this profession to do the right thing for others. It is also crucial in these moments to learn to lean on your colleagues, your mentors, and the unwavering support system that sits here today. It will be your beacon to keep fighting. So this pin you're about to receive is more than just a piece of metal. It's a symbol of your dedication, your hard work, and your commitment to a profession that demands both intellect and heart. It is your why. Wear it with pride. Let it remind you of the knowledge you've gained, the challenges you've overcome, and the incredible journey that lies ahead. So go forth, graduates. Be the nurses who listen with empathy, the one who advocates with passion, and yes, occasionally a well-timed shared meme with a colleague or friend in the break room. Embrace the chaos, celebrate the triumphs, and never stop learning. The world needs your compassion, your skills, and your slightly bent but unbreakable hearts. Thank you for having me speak tonight. Congratulations. Now go out there and be amazing.
Thank you, Anna, for those words of wisdom and that the graduates can take with them. Next, we're going to have the class pledge, which will be led by class treasurer Chloe Chrisman and class parliamentarian Allison Burton. Chloe and Allison.
Classmates, please rise.
I solemnly pledge myself before God and in the presence of this assembly to care for the sick with all the skill and understanding I possess, without regard to race, creed, color, politics, or social status, sparing no effort to conserve life, to alleviate suffering, and to promote health. I will respect, at all times, the dignity and religious beliefs of the patients under my care, holding in confidence all personal information entrusted to me, and refraining from any action which might endanger life or health. I will endeavor to keep my professional knowledge and skill at the highest level, and to give loyal support and cooperation to all members of the health team. I will do my utmost to honor the International Code of Ethics applied to nursing and to uphold the integrity of the nurse. Thank you.
Thank you, Chloe and Allison. You may all be seated. Now for the moment for which these future nurses have worked so hard for has finally arrived. It's time to recognize the graduates. Jessica Duncan and Suzanne Sell, who are both from the School of Nursing, will present the pins and the carnations to each of our students. Susan Benner, Senior Director of the Baccalaureate Program, will announce the names. Gifts of cords and carnations are from the Nursing Alumni Society, and the cords will be presented by board member Grace Kreider.
As I read the names, please hold your applause until all the graduates have been recognized. Class officers, please stand. Catherine Elizabeth Wren. Grace Brianne Bagwell. Catherine Elizabeth Coy. Chloe Jo Chrisman. Allison Margaret Burton. Class officers, you may be seated. Row 1, please rise. Eliza Ann Bader, and Eliza is being penned by her sisters, Sophie Balvich from the class of 2020 and Alex Bader from the class of 2022. Allison Marie Baker. Addison Murray Barbosa. Casey Marie Barker. Haley Nicole Bell. Chelsea Elizabeth Blankenship. Kirsten Elise Boots, and Kirsten is being penned by her cousin, Dr. Debbie Siley, a School of Nursing faculty. Lauren Irene Bowen. Mariah N. Brown. Gabrielle Nicole Carmack. Megan Brianne Cartwright. Shelby Elizabeth Chrisman. Bailey Ann Clark. Weston Philip Clay. Samantha Catherine Cohen. Addison Johanna Dennis. Mason Michael Danoon. Row 1, you may be seated. Row 2, please rise. Taylor Alexis Edwards. Cade Mason Ellinger. Luke James Inneking. Alexa Bailey Faulkner. Brittany Shantae Fain. Kendall N. Fields. Alyssa Marie Flowers. Alyssa Summer Fry. Amaya L. Fullen. Mariela Giselle Gonzalez. Paige Christine Henshin. And Paige is being penned by her cousin, Dr. Deb Siley, School of Nursing faculty. Madeline Nicholas Hobart. Lindsay K. Hormel. Madeline Ray Huser. Emily Ann Catherine Holland Jones. McKenna Adele Tricatus. Caitlin Ann Keogh. Betsy Folger King. Row 2, you may be seated. Row 3, please rise. Lucy Ann Lottis. Jerry Christopher Lynn. Emily Colleen Manship. Valentina Massey Timoteus Richardson. Emma Elizabeth Jane McCloskey. Elizabeth Margaretta McClure. Solange Elise Michelle. Abigail Christine Moher. And Abigail is being penned by her mother, Rebecca Moher, from the spring class of 1995. Sandra Iola Najeb. Wayne Wee Wen. Fiyin Fulua E. Alowu. Morgan L. Parrott. Kennedy Marie Peggs. And Kennedy is being penned by her sister, Mackenzie Peggs, from the class of 2020 in the spring. Olivia Marie Powers. Elaine Ruth Quirk. Katiana Ilona Richardson. Dylan Wayne Roach. Caitlin Olivia Rogers. Row 3, you may be seated. Row 4, please rise. Angie C. Romo Juarez. Ava June Rush. Dakota Eugene Russ. Jamie Lee Shaler. Paige Emma Seafring. Isaac Monroe Smith. Cassandra M. Saladay. Rylan Lee Speak. Tabitha Marie Stevens. Jamie Nicole Stortz. Catherine Lee Stoy. Emily G. Studebaker. Addison Lane Sweet. April D. Tripp. Callie Elaine Wells. Julia Lynn Wiggins. Maureen Sarah Willauer. Abigail Riley Winland. Row 4, you may be seated. Everyone join me in congratulating the class of 2025.
It's okay, you've earned it. This was the quietest audience I think we've ever had during the ceremony. Usually we get lots of shout outs, so congratulations. You've just achieved one of the hardest graduating classes in nursing. It's one of the hardest professions, but it's certainly worth it. So yes, go ahead, it's okay. I'm sure many of you in the audience have received many phone calls during the last few years with crying and tears, and it's all worth it though for tonight. So now we're going to have remarks from the May 2025 class president, Catherine Wren.
Hi everyone. My name is Catherine Wren, and it is an absolute honor to stand before you today as we celebrate this incredible milestone in our journey to becoming nurses. Today is not just about receiving our pins, it's about recognizing the dedication, sacrifice, and unwavering commitment that brought us here. Nursing is more than a profession. It is a call to serve, to care, and to put others before ourselves. It is a selfless act of love, a reflection of God's own hands at work in this world. As nurses, we will be called into moments of pain, uncertainty, and vulnerability, and in those moments, we will be a light. Whether we are holding a patient's hand, advocating for their needs, or simply offering a kind word, we are serving not just them, but God's people. Through these years of studying, long nights, and clinical hours, we have all faced moments where we questioned if we could make it. But what carried us through was our why. On our first day of introduction to nursing, our professor gave us a fair warning that this was about to be a challenging 2.5 years. She told us to identify our why, our reasoning for doing this, our reason that will get us through the tough moments. Each of us have something different, or maybe even similar, that has brought us right here. We had to remember that why each time we woke up at 4 a.m. for clinical, or maybe 5:30 for some of us who aren't scared to death of being late. When we failed an exam and had to study that much harder for the next. Like when I met my soon-to-be husband, I somehow forgot I was in nursing school and had to explain to Jessica why my grade dropped. Or even when it was time to buy books again, those really, really expensive books. That same why is what will sustain us in our careers. When the shifts are long, when exhaustion sets in, when we face difficult days, we must hold on to that reason and stay true to the nurses we aspire to be. When we first started clinicals, many of us were a little bummed to learn that our groups would change each semester. We had already grown close, bonded by the shared struggles of our first few classes. But standing here today, I couldn't be more grateful for that change. It gave me the chance to work alongside so many of you and to witness each of you discover your unique passions within nursing. I think back to our pediatric clinicals when we had to practically beg Mason to let us hold our tiny NICU patient. He was in love. Now he gets to carry that passion into his role at the NICU at Riley. Or when Lucy, who had only witnessed a few births before, selflessly gave up her spot in a patient's room to another student so they could experience the beauty that birth is. And now this is an experience she'll be a part of every day as she begins her career as a labor and delivery nurse. And I'll never forget the moment Weston and I locked eyes across the trauma bay, both of us wide-eyed and terrified, yet completely fascinated by everything unfolding in front of us. That moment was pivotal, and now fittingly, we're both beginning our careers in emergency departments. As we step into this next chapter, I want to take a moment to pray over each of us. Dear Jesus, we thank you for bringing us to this moment. We ask for your protection and guidance as we step into the calling you have placed on our hearts. Grant us the strength to serve with love, the wisdom to make the right decisions, and the courage to stand firm in our purpose. Let us be a source of healing, comfort, and compassion to those who need it most. Keep our hearts steadfast and remind us always of the reason we chose this path. In Jesus' name, amen. Class of 2025, as we receive our pens today, let them be a symbol of our dedication, our faith, and our promise to serve with integrity. May we go forward with confidence, knowing that we are not just nurses, we are a light in this world. May the Lord bless you, may he keep you, may he be in every patient room and encounter that you face. You are not alone. Congratulations, we made it.
"40 years ago, I was president of my nursing class. It goes really, really fast. So thank you for those wisdom for your classmates. Next, we're going to have the presentation of the Outstanding Ball State Nursing Student Award, which will be given by our Nursing Alumni Society board member, Grace Kreider. Grace?
Hello, my name is Grace Kreider, and I have the privilege to represent the Ball State Nursing Alumni Society today. First and foremost, I want to congratulate all of you for completing one of the toughest bachelor's degrees in the nation. If there's one piece of advice I can offer you, I was where you were not very long ago, is soak all of this up and rest. You've worked so hard to get here for about 2.5 years, and you will continue to work hard wherever you end up. You will touch all the patients that you care for, so just use this time to soak up your great accomplishment and take some time to care and celebrate yourself and each other. The Nursing Alumni Society is committed to making stronger connections with our current students, so we decided to create the Outstanding Ball State Nursing Student Award. We asked your faculty to select a student based on some of the following criteria: a student having a 3.0 GPA or higher and expressing at least 2 of the following characteristics: compassionate care, developing relationships, providing empathic care, advocating for patients and families, outstanding clinical and interpersonal skills, and/or participating in community activities supporting wellness. As many of your faculty expressed, this was a very difficult choice for them to make. However, one student stood out amongst them all. This year, it's my honor to present the Outstanding Nursing Student Award to Brittany Fay, and I'd like to mention some of the kind words that the faculty had to say about Brittany's time in the program. Brittany is an exceptional nursing student who consistently exemplifies the qualities of empathy, compassion, and professionalism in every aspect of her work. Despite being a non-traditional nursing student, Brittany has really taken the lead role in providing support, mentorship, and encouragement to her fellow nursing students. Through her caring approach, she creates meaningful relationships with patients, their families, and the healthcare team, demonstrating a true commitment to patient-centered care. Brittany works seamlessly with peers, faculty, and staff, always contributing positively to the collaborative environment in the clinical setting. She's a natural advocate for her patients and their families, ensuring that their voices are heard and that their needs are met. With outstanding clinical judgment, Brittany applies her knowledge and skills effectively while also showing exceptional communication. Her ability to blend clinical expertise with emotional intelligence sets her apart as a future leader in the nursing profession. She also did this while still working and raising her son. This all requires meticulous time management skills. Congratulations for Brittany for doing an incredible job during your time in this nursing program. I wish you and the rest of the spring 2025 class the best of luck in this next chapter. So if you want to come down here and get your award, Brittany.
Thank you, Grace, and congratulations, Brittany, for this amazing accomplishment. The Nursing Alumni Society is very pleased to honor you with this award. Next, we'll have the presentation of the College of Health Red Feather Award, which will be given by Nick Atlas, Director of Student Services, College of Health. Nick?
Good evening, everyone. It is my honor to present the College of Health 2025 Red Feather Award for the Outstanding Undergraduate Student to Mr. Weston Clay. The Red Feather Award stands as a symbol of Ball State University College of Health's highest values: academic excellence, community service, and leadership. This year's recipient exemplifies all 3 pillars with remarkable integrity and unwavering dedication. Weston's academic record speaks volumes. A recipient of the Presidential Scholarship, he's maintained this honor all 8 semesters. He has earned a place on the College of Health's Dean's List every semester and holds an exceptional 3.95 cumulative GPA. But beyond grades, Weston's intellectual commitment has been recognized by faculty who selected his clinical case studies to represent the School of Nursing in reaccreditation efforts, praising his critical thinking and deep synthesis of knowledge. Outside of the classroom, Weston has been a force for good in both the local and campus communities. For 4 years, he has served as a coach and mentor for student athletes at Burris Laboratory School, offering not just athletic guidance, but life mentorship. Beyond the more than 900 clinical hours as a nursing student, he worked as a patient care assistant at Ball Memorial Hospital, where he cared for individuals in their most vulnerable moments. Weston's leadership is just as inspiring. Whether serving as a lab leader for his nursing classes, taking initiative as a faculty lead at the campus recreation center, or facility lead at the campus recreation center, or setting a flawless example of commitment, never missing a class, a shift, or an assignment, he is led with quiet strength and consistent excellence. And even amidst this full schedule, Weston finds time to volunteer with the Red Tail Land Conservancy and pursue his love of nature through artistic expression, sharing his drawings and photography with the wider Muncie community at the Minnetrista Museum and Gardens. Weston is more than a student. He is a scholar, community-oriented leader, and above all, a compassionate individual whose impact already reaches far beyond the classroom walls. As he steps forward into his professional journey, soon to begin as an emergency department nurse, there is no doubt he will continue to live the beneficence pledge with conviction, courage, and care. Please join me in congratulating Weston Clay, the 2025 undergraduate recipient of the Red Feather Award.
Thank you, Nick, and congratulations, Weston. I kind of couldn't get past after he was talking about your GPA of 3.95. It's like people don't understand, like in nursing school, how difficult that is. And for all of you up on the stage, you know how difficult it is to make basically straight A's in nursing. You're also the first recipient of this award for outstanding undergraduate students, so that's amazing. Next, we're going to have the presentation of departmental honors in nursing, which will be given by Dr. Carrie Osborne. She's the director of the School of Nursing. Carrie?
Good evening, everyone. I'm very blessed to be able to represent the School of Nursing and recognize a few of our students. I am really here to recognize the departmental honors for the department of the School of Nursing, but I wanted to take this opportunity to recognize a few other students that have stood out to us. Your class is probably one of the strongest classes that we've had since I've been working here at Ball State, and I've been here for over 10 years. So I think kudos to all of you. I think, you know, we had the most nominees for outstanding student from the faculty this semester than we've ever had. So I just want to first recognize all of you because, you know, you have all put in a lot of hard work, but there's also been a lot of engagement from your class to the university, to the School of Nursing, and hopefully you'll carry that forward as you move into the profession of nursing. First, I want to recognize Elizabeth McClure, if you could please stand. So I had the honor of attending the commissioning ceremony today for Elizabeth and her fellow ROTC students. So I felt like I really wanted to recognize her because she's devoted so much time to the ROTC program and also plans to serve our country after graduation. I reached out to Lieutenant, yes, thank you. So I had to reach out to Lieutenant Colonel Peterson because, of course, I don't speak the lingo. I mean, my husband's a veteran, but I still don't know all of the Army lingo. So I had to reach out to him to get some information and make sure I was saying the right things about Elizabeth. So I will say when I emailed him initially, he said she crushed it in our ROTC program. So she has excelled in the Ball State ROTC program. She earned Distinguished Military Graduate for being in the top 10% of all cadets across the country, and she was selected as the George C. Marshall Award winner as the #1 cadet at Ball State, at the Ball State program. She also completed Air Assault School and a clinical rotation in the operating room over the past summer at a military hospital in Alaska. She will be, or was commissioned, right, as a second lieutenant in the U.S. Army Nurse Corps. And so I really personally want to thank you for your commitment and your sacrifice to our country, or for our country. And I think we all probably agree that, you know, you're going to serve us well. And so we're very proud of you. Thank you, Elizabeth. So next, I wanted to recognize the students with the medallions around their necks. We have a lot of them this semester, and again, I just felt like I needed to bring that to everyone's attention, that this is a very high-performing class. So first, would all the students who graduated summa cum laude, which is a 3.9 and above, could you please stand? I mean, look at that. That's amazing. Now those who graduated magna cum laude, 3.8 to 3.89. You guys can all stay standing, it's fine. And then finally, all those who graduated cum laude, that would be a 3.6 and to 3.799. So yes, good job. Thank you guys. Okay, you can all be seated. So finally, what I'm here for is recognizing the students who graduated with the nursing departmental honors. So I received these in my office mail one day, and I was like, oh, this is really exciting. So I thought this is the best time to be able to give you your certificates and recognize you all. So first, I have the certificates say that the student has met the departmental honors and nursing requirements. So the first one I have is for Jerry Lynn. And the next one I have is for Katiana Richardson. And next is Dakota Russ. And then I have Jamie Shaler. I hope I said that right. And then finally, I have Emily Studebaker. And all of these students met the requirements not only for departmental honors in nursing, but also of the Honors College. Thank you so much. Best wishes to you all.
Congratulations. I hope some of you are staying local to take care of us that are getting older. Thank you, Carrie. Our closing remarks will be given by Catherine Coy. She's the May 2025 class secretary.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you for joining us tonight. To my fellow graduates, we did it. We made it through the late night studying, 6 a.m. clinicals, nerve-wracking exams, and moments of doubt. But the key is this: we never gave up. Our hard work and self-discipline has allowed us to move from nursing students to nurses. The pin we received tonight symbolizes what Ball State School of Nursing has embedded in our education. Lead with empathy, advocate for our patients, and treat others with dignity and grace. We have the privilege of caring for others during some of their most vulnerable moments. This could be when a baby takes their first breath or when someone takes their last. In these moments, we are the calm in the chaos, the strength for the vulnerable, and the hope for the hopeless. To our loved ones, thank you. Thank you for your unwavering encouragement and support throughout our nursing school journey. This achievement also belongs to you, too, as you help shape us into who we are today. I also want to thank the Ball State Nursing faculty. You have dedicated your career to creating the future of nurses through your wisdom, patience, and often your wit to give us a moment of laughter when we were doubting ourselves. Congratulations, Spring 2025 nursing graduates. May we all enter our nursing careers with strength, purpose, and an open heart. Thank you.
Thank you, Catherine. Great advice for your classmates. Let's do one more congratulations for the graduates. Before we dismiss, on behalf of the School of Nursing and the Nursing Alumni Society, I want to wish each of you the best as you transition into your nursing career. You were born to be a nurse, with love and compassion in your heart for all. You've chosen to dedicate yourself to the care of others. Be proud of what you've accomplished here today. Whatever your next steps are, take the learning that you have received at Ball State as part of a lifetime of learning. Please come back and visit us at our Nursing Alumni Reunion, which is held every year at the end of April. We're also planning some festivities around homecoming this year, which is in October, so we hope to see you there. And now, my fellow alumni, congratulations. Let's take this opportunity to celebrate your achievement. Best of luck to each of you. And the recessional, will the graduating class of May 2025 please stand? We ask that the audience please remain seated until the recessional is complete. You will be meeting your nursing graduates in the lobby after they've all exited the auditorium. Good night, everyone. Thank you for coming to honor the graduates, and safe travels as you leave here tonight.